Welcome to Twinset and Purl's Knitting Podcast.
Episode 23.
Yes, 23.
We did check before.
We did. I was right and you were wrong.
Yeah, I thought it was 22.
Doesn't happen often. Hi everybody, welcome back to returning viewers and a big welcome to any new viewers.
Yeah, we're back in my kitchen.
It's been a while. We planned to record last weekend and
unfortunately I wasn't very well. I've had a bad cold basically for a couple of weeks now, and last Friday my face decided to swell up on one side, and because of what's going on with my knee, the GP did not want to deal with it on his own, and I ended up in hospital for a day having scans and everything, and it was basically a infection in a salivary gland. So yeah,
nice course of antibiotics later,
and it's all finished now, and it's back to normal size.
Yeah. I would say hooray for the NHS.
Yeah, I mean within a day, within hours, I'd been treated. So yeah, you can still see the bruises on my hands from the attempts to get blood out of me. Blood out of a stone, that's what it's like. Anyway,
we haven't introduced ourselves yet. She's feeling a lot better.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jo.
If you haven't been here before, I've got myeloma and I'm having chemo. So it's been nearly a year since.
Well, nearly a year since we knew it came back, but not nearly you've been having treatment because they didn't start it straight away.
9 months since I've been having treatment. But everything's going really well. I had an appointment this week. So yeah.
There's some good news this week.
Yeah. And the best news is that I get to go on holiday with Jo. So at the end of next month, April, we're going to Tenerife again. So I think episode 7 we filmed in Tenerife.
Oh, it was really windy, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
It was a funny episode.
Hopefully we'll be able to record again. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, managed to get insurance, and I've bought my flight today. So really exciting.
What else? We've got a new tripod.
Oh, we have. Yeah, we're using it today. It took a little bit of
manoeuvring and
working
it out. But yeah,
So hopefully we'll be at a better angle and be able to show you things.
Yeah, and one of the reasons for getting it is that it's got an extendable arm so that we can film some tutorials. Yeah. So I've got a couple of patterns that are kind of waiting.
Oh, for you to do
for
a
me
tutorial.
to do a tutorial, because there's a bit of a fiddly stitch that doesn't exist at the moment. It's this in my head. So yeah. Hopefully.
So let's get on with the knitting, shall we?
Yeah. Although
was the arm included in the box? Because they did message me to ask. Email if there was something missing.
I think the arm's missing.
Right.
Yeah, so we've got one bit of admin.
Yeah.
In the last episode we announced 2 winners. It was the Scrappy.
It was the minis.
Two sets of minis because we'd started a Scrappy Sock along
to give away.
And one of the winners has been in touch, but the other one hasn't. So Rachel Joy 7, we'll give you until the next podcast to get in touch with us, which will be a couple of weeks, I think. Although we're getting back together next weekend for Easter.
So we might podcast again.
Yeah, so we'll give you
a week. I think you could even, we can say a week because it's from when this goes up, and then I will let. That's a better idea actually. If we do a week. And if you haven't been in touch by then, I will let the other winner pick which set of minis they want. And then in the next, we'll redraw it in the next podcast. Yeah. Cool.
So that's all the admin at the minute.
So now, buckle down for some knitting. We've got quite a lot of sock FOs to show you. Mine, obviously. No sock knitting.
Yeah, I have. You can knit one pattern repeat of Christmas at Bridgerton.
I won't click the pen. And what are you wearing?
Well, I'm wearing 2 FOs. So I've been knitting my lace weight Morris.
You're going to take it off?
I will. I've been knitting this since I went to Florida in December. I knit almost half of it on the plane on the way out. And then while I was in Florida, I knit Dad's Trillion Camel.
And you made me a rabbit.
And I made you the knitted rabbit. And I didn't do any knitting on the flight back. So it languished while other things were being
but it's beautiful.
created and finished. But now it is done. It's knit in a lace weight alpaca by Sal's Garn. I can't think, but it's got a weird name with like.
And the yarn was gifted to you, wasn't it?
And the yarn was gifted from Meg at No Frills. They just got the yarn in, and she wanted to see what it was going to be like. It's this lovely inky blue colour, so it had to be a gift for Rach, obviously. And the Morris.
I'm very excited.
If you've not seen Morris,
and you can't feel it. It is so soft and it's so light.
Yeah, it's less than 100 grams.
Yeah.
So I started with 2 50-gram balls, and I've still got about half of a 50-gram ball left.
I would say it's very like Isaiah Alpaca 1.
Yes,
if you have that in your local yarn store.
And Morris is a garter. It's got a garter rib, so it's
an I-cord.
Yeah, an I-cord.
And then
you can't see the garter so well in the lace weight version. You can when it's against something, but when you hold it up to the light, it's more difficult to see. And then it's got this lovely leafy lace pattern all the way down, and it's a crescent.
Knitted sideways like the other Morrises.
Knit tip to tip, and you end up, the most stitches you have is 124 stitches at any one go, but you can still get this lovely shape. And I mean, when I was wearing it, I don't think you could tell it's lace weight. It still looks quite substantial.
Yeah, but I'll be able to wear it for a lot longer than.
Yeah, you'll be able to wear it just sat in the house, I think.
Although it's very warm.
It is warm, but you can't feel it. It's so light.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you,
So
Jo.
that's a gift for you, and I'm going to take it off now because I'm going to show my other FO, if that's all right.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
So this is Rachel's new sweater pattern that's being tested at the moment. I'm not sure this is how I'm going to wear it. Probably more with a blouse with a collar.
Feathers.
From my coat. My coat's molting. But this is the Lady Violet sweater, and it's called that because this is the lace pattern that was used on the Lady Violet socks as part of the Bridgerton collection.
And this pattern's going to launch at Knit City Montreal with Botanical Yarn.
So it's designed to be knit in a skein of 2 skeins of fingering, 2 skeins of mohair.
You'll see mine.
For the first 3 sizes, isn't it? And then the last 2 sizes need 3 skeins.
And you'll see mine when we talk about whips.
Yeah. So I decided
Jo knitted hers faster than I.
I decided to knit mine in Plötulopi. I had 2 plates of this, which is they're 100 grams each, and they're 300 meters each. We can't quite believe.
No, you have cropped it.
I have cropped it, but only by a couple of inches. I think I would have
had enough.
I would have had enough. But yeah, this yarn is this unspun. It's the first time I've used it.
Does it break as easily as people show?
It does, but I only broke it once.
Can I have a go?
Once with knitting, yeah.
Oh no, that's difficult. That's more difficult than some of them.
Yeah.
It's got a lot longer staple.
And it's really strange.
But you enjoyed it?
I really enjoyed it. And it knits so quick. I cast this on Sunday afternoon. And I was at work all day on Tuesday, so I didn't knit it at all. During Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, I had lots of meetings, so I did knit.
I have to say a lot of my testers have already finished.
Yeah. So I'm wearing it over a tunic dress. and I cropped mine because that's the perfect length for me to wear over tunic. And I've got it. There's nothing on my sleeve, on my arms. It hasn't been blocked either. It's been steamed. That is fine on my arms. I could. I think if I had a coat over the top and I got too hot, I would notice it. Yeah. But just like that, and I think so for spring. Yeah. This over a linen dress, or I've got a long sleeve jersey, like tiered dress. Yeah. I think it'd be great. Cool. And and literally knit itself. I knit a sleeve and a half yesterday, and so I spent one night on Sleeve Island.
Excuse me for coffee.
Finished that this morning, and I gave it a good steam, just to relax the lace, really. And it's.
Can you remember what the colourway is?
No.
Have you got any wrappings or?
No. I think. Oh, Chris might have thrown it away.
And how much were they a plate? £9.99?
No, less than that. £7.95.
Wow. So for £16 you've got a sweater. Wow.
I don't know what I'm going to do with this little bit though. I might have to get some black or something and do some do that as the colour work.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Because you could easily do colour work on this space, like don't do the lace.
Yeah. Or like just some stripes or something with that.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, you could start a sweater like on a Sunday to go on holiday on the next weekend. That would be cool, wouldn't it? So, what am I wearing? Well, I talked about this on the last episode, and I finished it. So I don't think I was halfway. Was I halfway? No. So this is the Fizzy Pop shawl, which is a design, one of Jo's designs. That
launched a couple of weeks ago now?
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Wasn't last weekend, was it? The weekend
No, and it was a really good response.
It was the shawl and the cowl, and it was a little bit of a weird time because Stephen West had just launched a garter shawl.
Right.
And Andrea Mowry was doing a garter cowl like the next week. She just shown pictures of what was coming out, and it's kind of like, but up against the big guns.
Yeah, this is beautiful, isn't it? And this yarn.
Oh, the yarn is
the yarn's by the Wool Kitchen, and this colourway is Bioluminescence, and the mohair is She's Electric, and I just love it. And there's nice little bit of mohair left for me to do something else with. This is actually a sample for Helen, so I'm going to be sending it off now. I've talked about it on the podcast, but I love it. And as soon as I finished, I just wanted to cast on another one. But I had so many things. I'm making myself finish first, and then I think I'm going to cast on I'm going to knit a cowl. So I'm going to cast on because
you've got that lovely blue
La Bien-Aimée
mohair and the blue from the knitting
shed. Yeah, so I'm going to cast that on, I think.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm not going to take it off because I want to keep it on. But it's just the possibilities you could do, because you've got one to show.
I'm knitting and it's one of my whips. Yeah.
So you can do totally tonal.
Yeah.
Or you can.
So I popped in to see Meg at No Frills today. I've got a couple of little acquisitions to show you later. And she had an offer on to get some money off if you bought a Fizzy Pop kit. And she said she had a few people come in. One lady bought the bright pink Knitting for Olive silk with the bright pink mohair. Ooh. So she'll be able to see that lady coming when she's done this. And another lady did a murky green olive one.
Nice.
So yeah. So it's really cool. I
love it. And the funny thing is that Helen didn't realise that she thought I was knitting it for me to keep, and I always thought I was knitting it her as a sample. So she sent me a message and said, I didn't realise it was for me. And she's sending me yarn to knit my own.
Oh.
So it's not going to be this colour, I'm afraid. Anyway, so yeah, lots of FOs. So those are your FOs. So it's just my socks now to talk about. So I will talk about these first because they are on the blocker, and then I'll talk about Morris. So I don't really need to show you two of them, do you? But I have finished two. These are the March socks for the Botanical Yarn sock club. This all over lace with a garter stitch. And I love this so much that I'm thinking of putting that down the front of a sock. like for a man's sock or something. So that, anyway. So these are they're called the Salix Capria socks, which is Pussy Willow. And
it's a lovely colour.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could have anything in it other than socks.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit...
A sweater?
No, I wouldn't wear it. Yeah.
This is what Mel's knitting her Lady Violet in this colour.
I wouldn't wear a sweater in that colour.
So yeah, so those are, I think they're still available. Of course, it's nearly April, but
well, it's April tomorrow.
Yeah.
Does that mean they won't be available?
No, I think they're on. If they're on the website, if they're not available, they won't be on the website.
Right. Okay.
That's botanicalYarn.com. And I've also finished. So I haven't knitted the whole pair in March. I've finished 4 pairs in March, but not the whole. So if you hold that one. So this is the Morris sock, and this pattern came out today. And I'm going to show you the front. And it's the same lace that Jo just showed you on the shawl, but on a sock. And they're beautiful.
And it's on the front and the back.
And the back, yeah. So they're quite lacy, really. And it's just addictive, this pattern. And this yarn is amazing, it's gorgeous. The yarn is from Little Grey Girl, and it's called, the colourway is called Clayton, and Jem has got them in her shop, or had them in her shop. No,
she had an update.
The update's today.
Yeah. Update
was for the, if you subscribe to her newsletter, you get to shop a day early. Whereas, so the update is tonight, but this probably won't go up in time. And yeah, so I finished 2, and they're beautiful. But this yarn is so soft, and the stitch definition is beautiful. And it's, I think it's 75-25, but it's like a high twist. Yeah,
lovely.
So it's really nice. So those are
another finished pair.
Yeah, so I feel like I've knitted. I haven't knitted 4 pairs a month, but I've knitted 12 pairs in 2023 so far.
Well, some of them started in 2022.
I haven't got my book with me. February's
Sock Club,
the other one was, I think. But, so these are my March Birdstreet socks. So my challenge to myself is to knit a skein of my Birdstreet stash every month. And this is Son of a Nutcracker.
It's beautiful.
On sparkle. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. Oh, we always do this, don't we, on the podcast?
Yeah, and it's a particularly dull day today.
Yeah. So, but these are the Plumberry socks, which is a design by me, but they were November's sock club socks, so they're not going to be out for another couple of months. Well, in our Ravelry store. Yeah. So these are the Plumberry socks, and there are 2. Finished them yesterday, so a day ahead of myself. which was
Cool.
quite good. They need to block it to be blocked.
Have you already
but
planned April's?
April's are poppy, in the colourway poppy. They weren't going to be, but they're going to be in the colourway poppy to go with the Rococo socks from February, and it's going to be the all over ribbed.
Ah, right, and then you're going to write.
And then I'm going to
down.
write the pattern up, and it's going to be a freebie. A freebie. So it would probably be quite good to get done in time for them to show at Wonderwall.
Mm.
And they might sell some yarn.
Yeah.
And then I finished my Unravel colourway vanilla socks by
They
Botanical
seem
Yarn.
to have a lot of a longer leg.
I think they might have a longer leg because I probably kept going when we were at the show without counting. But that one definitely has more speckles than that one. So, and they really aren't me. So if anybody's got size 6 feet and would like a pair of socks, let me know. I shall happily post them to you.
She's selling to Jen.
I should give them to Jen, shouldn't I?
Our brother's ex-wife has been asking
Honour me for a pair of
Rachel.
socks.
Every time we meet up at a family thing, she asks Rachel for socks.
Oh, maybe I'll send them to Jen. Scratch the donation of a pair of socks. to
Yeah.
someone.
We could do a prize where somebody wins a pair of your socks.
Or we could give them to Flower Power.
Have they got to have a yellow in?
Well, they've got some.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Do they have to have yellow in?
They prefer them to be yellow, but
No, I think she can to Jen.
yeah. To Jen. And that's it for socks. Well, for
Sock
FOs.
FOs.
Foes. Yeah. So, moving on
Moving on.
to whips. And the whips might seem a little bit, we might be a bit whip light. Light whips. But we are both working on stuff that we can't show you.
Yeah.
So
I'm designing a pattern for a magazine, and I'm also designing the next instalment of the Botanical Yarn Accessory Club. Neither of which I can show you because they're going to be surprises. But yeah, I have a couple of whips.
Okay.
Discovered another one while I was unpacking.
Do you
my
want to go
FOs.
first?
Yeah. So when we were at Unravel, I bought some minis from some
Sakami.
yarn.
She can
And it's very, very small whip.
Oh my goodness, that's barely a whip.
Yeah, it's barely a whip. It may become a new design, I don't know, but it's basically striping in garter
Right.
with a tiny little bit of lace along the edge of the shawl. And I really like garter when you get the wrong side, when you stripe.
So the wrong side's the right side.
The wrong side's the right side, so you get the pearl bumps in a different colour. Or you can have it that way round if you like that stripy side.
But the lace won't be quite
No.
as lacy.
No.
No. But, so you got 10 minis, didn't you?
Yeah.
For-
£30,
Yeah.
something like that. She gave me a store workers discount. But yeah, so I picked, it's Corrie silk, I
Very
think.
nice.
Corriedale silk? Well, no, it might be 100% Corriedale.
The colours are beautiful.
Yeah, the colours are beautiful. I haven't got them all with me, just got a selection. I'm wearing them all up.
Oh, they're beautiful.
So I think I'm going to,
Are you going to do a scrappy sock?
no, this will be my scrappy
You can't do
shawl.
it. Doesn't.
I might do a scrappy sock. I've got loads of minis from Advent.
I know, and when you see mine, you might be inspired.
yeah, so what I can't decide is whether I'm doing like those two together, then those two together.
Oh,
Gone. And then that one with that one. That's what I think I'm going to do, rather than doing swapping out.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. So I think that's really sweet.
It is. I did think you had done more.
Yes, I thought I'd done more as well.
Where did you find that whip?
I took it out of the hoagie bag
Okay.
that I was giving back to you.
Ah.
And I thought, I'm going to bring it, but I didn't realise how little I'd done.
Well, I'm going to show my shawl next.
But I think it's going to be cute.
It's going to be
so cute.
It's going to be very cute. So I'm going to show my shawl.
Can't seem to stop doing shawls that shape.
So you'll have to believe me when I tell you that this has grown. But we do also want to talk about, we've got 2 KALs running at the moment.
I found it.
The Morris KAL, which is the Morris shawl, but I guess it could be socks, but no, it's a shawl. It's a shawl.
The prize is for people who knit a shawl.
So I am knitting.
But we need to advertise it a bit better.
We do. We keep saying that. We said this last time.
I keep saying we need to put something on Instagram.
We will. That can be your job.
Okay. Well, I can't.
No, but you can make the thing and give it to me.
Fine.
So I have now done. So last time I showed this, I'd done section 1, which was up to about here. So I have done quite a lot. I've done about 5 repeats into section 2, which has 12 repeats in it. And the reason I haven't done as much is the yarn's beautiful, because I've got lots of other things I'm doing. But when I do knit it, I think to myself, oh, I wish I could just knit on this. So I think once a couple of things are finished, this will be my focus, and then I'll try to knit most of it before I cast on my Fizzy Pop KAL.
I think you. What I found with that lacy one was, so I'd got it to the middle before the shawl launched, so that I could
put the yarn amount
and the measurements in. Once I started and then doing the decreases, it goes so quick.
That was true for this as well. And I am gonna, because it's beautiful. The yarn is. And
you're also knitting the lace weight numbers, aren't you? But with fingering.
Yeah, because I've only got 2 skeins.
Yeah.
So this is the yarn, and it's called Morris, and it's from River Knits UK, isn't it? I've got the thing in the ball band but it's Morris after William Morris, so Morris spelt the other way, and it makes me think of autumn camouflage. But it is beautiful, and when you knit, you get the burgundy stitch and the green stitches, and I love it. But I do think that if I could churn out a Fizzy Pop KAL now, I could actually wear it.
Yeah, no, I think you'd want that for the autumn. But we're running the KAL until the end of May. Yeah, aren't we?
What did we say last time?
I think we said the end of May. So you could knit the cowl. You'd knit the cowl really quick.
Yeah, and it's living in my Botanical Yarn bag, which is beautiful. It's got these peacocks, but they've got rose gold.
Oh, it's lovely.
Feathers. I love it. Yeah. So that's my Morris. So yeah. So if you join in the KAL, and if you haven't got the pattern already, the podcast bonus 20 is you can buy the pattern and get 20% off, and join in, and we will post something on Instagram.
Yes, we will.
What are you showing now?
Fizzy Pop.
Okay. Stick with the shawls.
Yeah. So I cast this on to knit with my testers and got so far but didn't. I realised that I meant to finish my row, but I ran out of yarn and had to wind some more yarn.
Oh, so you're in the middle of a row?
In the middle of a row.
You're a bad podcaster.
I am a bad podcaster. But anyway, this is the yarn that I'm knitting it in. It's Isaiah Alpaca 2 in the colour Time. Very Time. I think
That's about right,
a
isn't
good
it?
name for it.
Oh, this is a new skein.
Yeah. And then I'm holding, for the pops, I'm holding Isaiah Mohair and this sequin sparkle for the
Beautiful.
pop.
And how far have you got? I just don't want to get it in your tray.
I'm on section 3.
So you haven't got to the decreases yet?
No. I've got
God, it's
3.
like,
I think I've got 3 more
It's
to
like
go.
an escape room.
I've got 3 more to go. 3 more pops.
Well, we can definitely see the
Go.
pops popping.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And this is going to be another one that's so light because that yarn is like 250
Yeah, it's a light
meters for
fingering.
50 grams. So it's going to be this really light with this sparkles.
It's beautiful, Jo.
Yeah. So
And
this is
you
my.
have shown it before, haven't you?
I have showed it lots of times. This is my focus. No,
How many balls of that have you got? 3.
I need 3.
All right, okay.
Got the.
And show
That's the mohair. Mohair's shade 68.
And the Isaiah is called Time, isn't it?
And the Isaiah's called Time. And then this was the sparkle. Party Deluxe. Go handmade.
Is it nice to knit with?
Yeah.
I've got some.
And that is the shade Hunting Green.
Mm.
And we got that at Lindy Hobby.
Yeah.
You got that in an
For
order
you,
for
yeah.
me.
Oh, my hand.
So
That's your focus then now, is it?
this is going to, apart from work pattern knitting,
Okay.
that's going to be what? Yeah. So I'm hoping to get that.
Show them the
finished.
bag.
Oh, yeah, the bag. The bag is from
Beautiful
Beautiful
knitting.
Knitters. It's called. I think the company's called Cerise Le
De la Sole.
Gâteau.
Oh, yeah, silicone.
Cherry on top of the cake, and the effect is boring. Although I find that a bit ironic because that's perfect, and it kind of needs to be. There needs to be an imperfection,
Yeah.
like a, I don't know, spelling mistake or like, I don't know, just a little bit of something out of place because it is perfect, so it's
Yeah.
boring.
But it's a beautiful colour.
Yes, I love that green.
And what shall I show now? Scrappy Sock or Morris or Lady Violet?
Well, I think do the Scrappy Sock and we can talk about that the other KAL.
So we've been running this since February, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's all living in my hokey dumpling bag. So I looked out some kind of I thought they were kind of Eastery colours. So if I show you what I've done so far. So when I knit a vanilla sock, I normally do 60 rounds for the leg. My gusset is normally 24 rounds and my foot is normally 48 rounds. So I thought, divide by 12. And if I do cuff, heel and toe, I have 14 sections. So I need 14 different colours. So I can remember this is Very Veronica socks. This was Christmas Cracker. This is Rosie Lee. And then January Crocus sock is there coming up. So if you want to hold on to that.
What were the top bits?
I can't remember, I'm afraid. Got Rosie Lee, got this one's next, which is just a mini.
You've done Rosie Lee. That's not.
Oh no, Rosie Lee, that's Rococo. And then that, And that's what I'm using at the moment. And I have all
So
these.
you're going to have.
So I have all these other.
All right. I was going to say 14 on each sock, and
Yeah.
then on the second sock you're going to do it in a different.
Yeah, it's going to do
order.
random. I think not random. I might do it the same. You know.
They can be
Ultimately,
non-identical twins.
Yeah. So that's my version of a scrappy sock. And the Scrappy Sock Along is running all year long until, well, it's actually running till the end of February next year, which is a leap year, so you get an extra day even to do your scrappy socks. So a few people have started. I haven't posted a picture of mine yet, but I will.
I will knit a pair. I'll knit a pair before February next year.
Yeah. Deal.
That's a very wide. You just remind me.
But I think it's really nice when you vaguely know which scrappy sock, you know, which colours are from projects that you've used.
I've got a whole bag of scraps.
I keep them thinking, what am I going to do? You know, like I thought with all,
a crochet blanket,
like all the ones from last year from Botanical Yarn, but then there's some that I would never want in a blanket. So these, but I thought they were lovely Easter colours.
Yeah. So you're going to finish them by next week?
I might do. I've got no other socks on the needles, apart from I'm going to have my April Birdstreet, and I've got to finish my April Botanical Yarn second sock. Yeah, so that's all living in the nice little dumpling bag, which I haven't really. It's not the perfect project for that. You've
got more yarn than you normally have.
Actually quite a lot of yarn, yeah. So my last whip. So I'll make something for the Scrappy Sock Along.
My coffee's gone cold.
Has it? Well, we have been talking about. I'll make a promo for the Scrappy Sock Along, and you can make a promo for Morris.
Okay, fine.
KAL. And if you're a maker and you're watching, you'd like to give us donate a prize for the KALs, that would be lovely. We are going to obviously have a big prize at the end, but the Scrappy Sock Along we might pull and offer patterns to people. Like my notebook, big sticker, big Botanical Yarn sticker.
When did you get that?
I don't know. Sophie sent it me last summer, I think, and I just found it the other day and thought, pop it on my little notebook that I'm using to write all my rows down for once. Not for once, at the moment.
I wrote rows down for this. I sent you a picture, didn't I? Because I was so proud of myself.
You did.
I wasn't going to make the same mistake that I made on my Felix and end up with a short yoke.
So this is...
I've actually got quite a long yoke.
Yeah. So this is my yarn that I'm using for my Lady Violet.
You've got the luxe version, and I've got the...
I have.
I've got the rustic.
And it's living in this bag, which is beautiful. Is a Botanical Yarn bag that I got at Unravel last year.
And it's got navy blue bits on it.
It has got navy blue birdies on it. Is it birds?
They're not birds, they're leaves, petals.
And this colourway is called Candy Tuft Umbellata. And it's one of Sophie's core collection
it's
now.
Gorgeous.
It is beautiful. Those are I'm on the... So I am knitting along.
I might have to get some to knit at a lower gauge.
Yeah, I'd like a pair of socks on them. I'm knitting along with my testers. And I want to do a longer body, even though it's my design.
The aim of the design.
Oh, the aim of the design was
to get it out of two.
Yeah, two skeins.
Two skeins of each.
So you can see the lace, and the sleeve is a 3/4 length sleeve with a wide cuff. So I've done one sleeve, and my body's on hold at the moment. And I'm halfway down the second sleeve. And then I'm going to knit the body, not as long, I'm not going to knit, I said I was going to knit all the yarn, but because it's a shame to waste any, but I'm going to knit probably 3 inches longer than the pattern.
Lovely.
So isn't it lovely? And I think I'm just going to wear it loads. Yeah. So Sophie hasn't started hers yet, but Mel is knitting one to wear at the launch.
And Sophie's got your original one.
Yeah, Sophie's got my original, and I'm sure if she's got a colourway in mind, she might have one knitted up.
Yeah.
So
Wow. She could send it to you.
Yeah, I could knit it in a week.
Knit it in a week.
But it is just lovely, and it's not like a gapingly wide
No, I was thinking that about this because you can't see. You can obviously see the blue through the lace, but I was worried you'd be able to see it through the actual body of
Yeah.
it, but you can't. And I think once it's been wet blocked,
Yeah.
it will be.
So the other one that I made, you modelled for us at Unravel for the photographs.
Yeah, I've got my face all over the pattern. All over the pattern.
Yeah, so Sophie's got the original now and is taking more pictures, so we may, if you want us to change it, we can do that.
Oh, I quite like, quite a cute picture.
I like that picture, yeah. So yeah, so that's my last whip to show you. And I will hopefully have it finished next week. Or maybe by the end of the weekend. I'd like to finish it by the end of the weekend.
So, acquisitions. Should we do new designs before acquisitions? Because then if people don't want to listen to the acquisitions,
Yeah, we didn't think of that when we
they
made our
could
list.
they can stop there. So we've got, Rachel's had a few new designs. Well, some of them are older designs, but the patterns have just been released because we have a lag from the sock club.
So I released what the hell are they called? Last weekend.
I can't remember.
Lavender Moonflower socks. September socks. That was last weekend. I've added all the new patterns that are out to the bonus 20 promotion. So you'll be able to get them all. If you missed the
intro,
the discount last weekend or each weekend, you can get them with the bonus, the podcast discount.
And then this weekend it was Morris.
And then I was going to do Rosie Lee next week, but I think people are going to be a bit bored of me. And I've still got to release the Advent wrap pattern, which a number of people asked for, or asked if it was going to be published. So if you're interested, I should have brought that down to show. It's upstairs. Sophie sent it to me.
We can do that next week.
Yeah.
If we're going to podcast next weekend.
Yeah, so we're going to have a little week's break, and then the Rosalie socks will be out in time for Wonderwool, where Birdstreet are going to be promoting them. They have them. They have the sample. And the wrap will be out possibly the weekend before. And then because I then can publish October's sock pattern from the sock club. So it does get a bit much, I know, for people who like our patterns. It seem like quite a lot coming out at the same time. But unfortunately that's kind of the way it's working at the moment. Apart from the sock club though, I've got one.
Well, I mean, we give a 25% discount when we launch, but if you watch this, you'd get a 20% discount all the time. So, you know, even if you can't, it's not within your budget to buy the pattern for the intro, you will get a discount.
Yeah. So I
And the difference between 20 and 25 on a £4 pair of socks isn't.
And May is our 3rd anniversary of designing, and we're thinking of donating. Well, we want
to do a buy one get one free,
and we want to donate,
and then we're going to donate the money
because Joe's has a friend who goes to Gambia every year. Is it Gambia?
Yeah.
And
she works in an orphanage and a school in Gambia.
And we'd like to be able to give her some money.
Yeah, and I sponsor a girl to go to school there. And we'd like to give, Becky's retired, and she really likes to go out there. She'd like to go out more than once a year, but she doesn't have the funds to do it. So either the money will go towards her getting her there, or it will go towards school supplies and things for the girls. I mean, it would be really nice if they could buy knitting needles and yarn, and
then you can take knitting needles out there. We could give them some yarn.
So we'll see what she says. But yeah, we'd like to
that's
donate
our
that.
latest idea that we're having.
And then June is Myeloma Awareness Month, and we usually do a pattern for that, and I've got an idea for a cowl. So we've got a few things coming up that we're going to be doing for charity. So
and while we're talking about charity stuff, the Flower Power Fund sock designs have done really well, and we've raised over £200, which I need to send to get to donate to them. I was leaving it until, I don't know why, I was thinking the end of March, but so that's been really good. And I don't know why, but I don't have an idea for a sock well, I do, but I don't know.
It's all right, we do a cowl.
I've got ideas for other things, but just not for, I don't know, maybe it's...
So anyway, we're talking about new designs.
So Joe's got one that's going to be in testing, the next one that's going to be in testing.
So if you watch the podcast,
you will have seen this. And if you were at Yorkshire Yarn Fest...
Oh my God, he got so much love at Yorkshire Yarn Fest.
He did.
So this is the Cecil shawl. And it's the same shape as all the other ones that I've been doing.
Named after our dad.
But it has these splodges of
kind of abstract.
And I'm in the process of writing the pattern, well I should say drawing the pattern, because it's going to be a chart, not written.
It's basically a garter. It's not the actual...
Yeah. So I'll talk about how I'm doing it. So I'm doing the chart. Sorry. If I do every single row on the chart, it's going to be huge. So what I was thinking of doing was every other row, and every row back will be the same as the row before. Yeah. So
well, you're going to get it tested, aren't you?
Yeah, and see if that's explainable for people, like people who can make it.
It's a 2 skein.
Yeah. So it's 2 skeins of fingering weight and 3 25-gram skeins of mohair.
But you don't use all the mohair.
You don't know it.
And so if you'd like to test, if you genuinely would like to test it, get in touch. Our email will be in the description box below.
I'm hoping to start the test for Easter. But it might be the weekend after. Just
so if you've got stash, and you'd like to test, or you can buy yarn as well. I'm not saying that. Never would I say don't buy yarn, but
so it's
gorgeous.
I would say it needs to be solid. I don't think the effect. I mean, you could try whatever you want, to be honest, but I think to get the colour block kind of effect, you need solid and fairly. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what black or dark with
if the mohair
shows up. But I think
the mohair's held double, is it?
No.
Oh.
Mohair's held single. It's held double where they mix.
beautiful, isn't it? I love him.
Yeah, I love him too.
I just don't have time to knit him. Maybe I will. Yeah, so look out for the test call will be on Instagram.
Yeah.
So watch out for that. And yeah.
Pick your favourite colours.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting where they cross over.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you mix blue with, do you get green? Blue with yellow?
No. No, the yellow's more dominant.
Because Rachel thinks I should have picked a different colour blue.
Just my opinion.
Right.
He is perfect.
He's perfect.
He is perfect.
Right, so that's all the non-acquisition-y stuff. So
yeah, if you're
not into acquisitions, thank you very much for watching.
there's not loads.
No.
So
If you like it, please like and subscribe. Helps us a lot. We would love to get to 1,000 subscribers, just because once we get to 1,000, we can start to get some revenue from the adverts, which we're going to give to charity.
yeah.
So we don't want it for ourselves.
No.
We want to be able to donate that money to charity. So we've got, I don't know, we're nearly at 800, and we need to get to 1,000. So
And we don't know how. We just don't know how to do it.
No.
We need to get mentioned by other podcasts, I think, because when Ruth loves to knit. We love your podcast, Ruth. We love you. And we're really grateful for people mentioning us. But yeah, we just feel like we're, I don't know. No, because we love doing this for the people who watch us.
Yeah.
And our regular, people who come back again and again.
And meeting all the people at Yorkshire Yarn Fest was amazing.
And on my test knit group, they're all talking about how much I've converted them to loving navy blue, and they call it the Twinset and Purl cult. Hashtag Twinset and Purl cult. I thought it was quite funny. So yeah, but if we could just like and subscribe if you have watched and you aren't subscribed, it would really be great.
Yeah.
And we do it because we really enjoy it, but it's slightly disheartening when you upload a podcast and people unsubscribe. So I don't really know what we do wrong, but anyway, we're having a good time, aren't we?
Yeah.
So right,
We
acquisitions.
just love talking about
yarn.
yarn.
We're yarn lovers.
So there's a whole mix of acquisitions.
Do you want? I've only got 2, so shall I go first?
Yeah.
And then
People can listen to me and be bored.
yeah. No, but you've been on a little trip, so you can talk about that. So basically, I met Mel at Unravel. She watches the podcast, and we were in the queue to get our soup for lunch, and she shouted out to us. And she lives near me. So we met up for a coffee and she's test knitting my Lady Violet sweater. We met up for a coffee and a knit and natter, and we went and visited the local yarn shop, which is called Mason's in Abingdon. It's been there for over 100 years.
I'm not bored.
And
I'm not bored.
Oh.
I'm not bored. It's I'm just a bit tired. Sorry.
Really? I thought you were being funny then.
No.
I was actually being boring.
No.
And in their bargain bin...
I'd tell you if you were being bored.
All right. In their bargain bin, I found this, which is Katia Air Alpaca. And it's very like Alpaca Classic from Rowan. And
how many did you get?
I got 9. They're
Excellent.
25 gram balls. I bought 9 for £27, £3 each. And I love this colourway. It's like peacock. And it's going to be a Lady Violet sweater. possibly with a different lace. So maybe Lady Violet's cousin. But it's got black, kind of black undertones. Quite like.
What was the Lady Danbury?
Oh, I could put the Lady Danbury lace. Interesting. Yeah, so this is 50% alpaca, 54% alpaca, and the rest is nylon. It's like a blown yarn. Anyway, and the colour is 208.
That doesn't look blown to me.
Oh, is it like chain?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what the gauge is. But that's what I was looking for, to see what needle it says to knit it on. Oh, 5 to 6.5.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's going to be a quick sweater. And then I was in Oxford, Oxenford, as we like to call it in this family. And I went to John Lewis. So I've had a voucher from my father-in-law since Christmas. And I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm on my own. I'm going to go into the haberdashery bit of John Lewis.
I can't remember the last time I did that.
And treat myself to something. And I discovered this beautiful, this is sock yarn, Rowan's new sock yarn.
Oh wow. I didn't realise it was variegated.
And this mohair. And Jo is talking about a new shawl that needs 50 grams of mohair and 100 grams of. So I bought those to go with those. When I got to the till, I didn't have my voucher with me. So
you've got another. You still can go and buy more.
Yeah, can go and buy more. And thank you, joint account. Anyway, aren't they beautiful?
Yes.
Perfect for each other.
Yes.
This is just.
Do they have other colours?
They have. I've already got 2 of the sock I bought from somewhere else. And it's hard to believe
that it looks like singles.
Yeah. So we'll see how it is. I'm going to knit socks with the other ones, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I just love it. This is colourway. God, eyesight. Shade 5 of the sock yarns.
Does it get a lot darker as well? Is that the darkest?
I think that's the darkest. And the mohair is shade 687. That will all be in the information below anyway. And when I got home, I found that I had the perfect project bag for it already. This is an Elizabeth Scarlet.
Beautiful, lovely colour.
So I might rewind them.
Yeah, they're a bit annoying.
I find them,
A bit floppy and a bit unwieldy.
Anyway, that's my acquisitions.
I realised that I've got something that's not an acquisition, but it's going to be a new design.
Oh, right.
So we've been talking about.
Oh, yeah.
We've been talking about doing a design for one skein shawl. So that's one of the things that I'm going to do in April.
Yeah.
And I went through my stash, and I've had this skein of yarn.
Since before COVID?
Well, before COVID. I bought it at an Unravel. It's Black Elephant. And
I think it was 2017.
Black Elephant. And it's the colourway
Cover me up.
Mudbound.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at all those different colours.
And it's Superwash Merino singles. So
it has to be a shawl, really.
yeah. It's 100 grams, 366 metres. I don't know if Black Elephant's changed their label since then, but that's the label.
And that's a very good thing for you to have, because Jo knits very tightly.
Yes.
And
if I can get it out of 365 metres.
Anybody can get it out of a skein.
Out of a normal skein, yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Look at that. Look Look at that navy blue.
Yeah, and I really like, there's a pop of like a neon orange. Well, it's not really neon-y, but...
Orange, it's orange.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So that's going to be...
When are you starting that? Why did you bring it with you? To talk about it?
I wound it the other day and I thought, I'm just going to talk about it. And I don't know, it might be free. Just because...
Maybe for our anniversary.
Yeah. I just think...
our designing anniversary.
Yeah, it's not going to be a Sophie shawl.
No.
It'll be similar, but it's not going to be a Sophie shawl.
Oh, right, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah. And I can't believe she charges as much as she does for that.
We're not talking about that.
No. Anyway, cool. So, more acquisitions.
Yeah.
So, I did a bit of middle of the night shopping when Hope had her, not last, she's been doing a lot of updates recently, but I really liked this style of bag.
I like it, yeah.
It's like a crossbody.
Is it a project bag?
Yeah.
Is it a project bag?
It'll fit a 2 skein project, so it's perfect for a shawl knitter.
It looks so soft.
Yeah, I don't think you could have it. You could, well, in the summer I might want to use it as a handbag, but in the winter it doesn't really close. And I think if it rained,
Rain might
you've got a chance of getting rain down there. But the leather is beautiful. I can't remember what the style's called.
Anina, something like that.
It's this beautiful tan leather, and then it's got the Hohe. It's just stamped there, which I think is a shame. I would like it here.
There's a reason that they did it there, she said.
Is there?
It was to make it look like a...
Oh, right, not like a Hohe bag.
Yeah, or like a...
Oh, right. It's got this rivet closure, and then just a simple pocket inside. It's beautiful leather.
It's a bit like that one you bought from the Etsy shop.
That one's a lot smaller,
Right.
and that one was more expensive than this.
Cool.
So yeah, so I got that, and then I've been wanting one of these for ages. So I bought one for me, and I bought one for Rach. And it's her canvas hamper bucket.
I'm going to put my sweater in it.
And she has different designs, different times, and I think this is the latest.
I love it. Thank you very much.
Sheet with a...
Somebody to sleep on it.
Yeah. And a nice navy blue.
Thank you, Jo. I'm going to put my sweater in it because it's getting a little bit too big for that bag.
Yeah. And been gone a bit mad lately. I did get my bonus from work, so
What are you going to do when you've already got everything?
Yes. So the other week I went to Scotland for a weekend, Mother's Day weekend. Unfortunately, my mother-in-law passed away last year, just around about this time. So we thought we'd go up and see my in-laws for the weekend. We had a night in a hotel in Edinburgh, and then we headed over to Falkirk, where my husband is from. So I took the opportunity to do a bit of yarn shopping. So I went to Ginger Twist Studio. Now,
Are they all untwisted when you go in and you pick the ones you want?
Yeah. And I already have 2 of her undyed sweet flax, which is baby alpaca, linen and silk. I've got 2 undyed ones, and I wanted something to go with them to knit a shawl, and I saw that, and I was like, for the summer, that would be amazing. I might actually knit a summer top with some stripes or something.
Lovely.
With that, and this is called, I can't read it, it's
Gore blimey.
Gore blimey. So that's that. And then I saw this and I was like, well, I'll have that as well. It's not me, is it, at all? This is called Brighter Than Barbie. But I thought, I'm thinking of doing them together with the natural somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe a material girl.
Lovely.
And then I might have enough left over to do some kind of shawl.
Yeah, with a more neutral background kind of thing.
Yeah,
Nice.
Love those two. And then I had a little trip to up the road to Kathy Knits. And Kathy Knits she doesn't dye yarn, so it's a bit more of traditional. And I haven't been in there for a long time, but I went in there hoping to find this book. I did find it. Shetland Wool Week. Now I saw this on another podcast, it might have been the Woolly Thistle podcast, and I loved this top, and that is like dream knitting for me. I probably will never knit it, but I like to look at it
and think about it.
It's a beautiful book.
Oh, I'll have a look at that.
There's loads of articles, loads of
oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
loads of patterns. Yeah, it's a lovely book. And then they also had, I was just sat waiting for my friend, and I looked through episode volume 7 as well, and there was a couple of things in here that I really liked. That show you a big bit. The hats are gorgeous. This I really like.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I fancy a short sleeve cable little lace cardigan.
That's really nice. It reminds me of the shape of a Bellicourt, so it would be really easy to wear.
Yeah. So I got those two. This is nice as well. Short version of this cowl.
Oh yeah.
So so you can look at those later. I got those two, and then I saw this skein of yarn, and I fell in love. And it's undyed.
You're into that lately,
I
aren't you?
am, yes. It's
It's very soft.
100% Shetland lace wool. It's 100 grams, 274 meters per 50 grams.
Right.
So nearly 600.
So a lace.
So
yeah,
a heavy lace weight. And it's from this. It's the lady who grows the sheep, looks after the sheep. She's in her 80s,
Right.
and she has a flock of sheep on an island, one of the Shetland Islands, and they think this will be the last yarn they get.
Grinder school, wool.
And it's just, it had to come
They're on
home.
Instagram.
Had to come home with me. I think they get yarn from all the different flocks,
Oh, right.
and this was, they think this will be the last they get of her yarn.
What are you going to do with it?
I don't know.
You can knit a lace weight Morris for yourself.
Yes. Maybe a thing. Right. So that was Scotland. Could you get more extreme?
Different. Yeah. To one extreme.
One extreme to the other. And then I had a little. So
Hair's annoying me.
I've been designing a shawl with Beautiful Knitters in London, and we've decided to postpone the launch of it because it's we're going to do it for the autumn.
Yeah.
But I'm going to knit a summer version of it a version of it in a summer yarn, and this is the yarn that I've chosen. It's Drops Bell, which is
DK.
DK, cotton, viscose and linen. I knit the fey top
Oh yeah.
the lights, like in the rose water
That's quite
one.
got like a tone.
Yeah, I think it's called apricot rose or something like that. But I thought that would be really nice because I know the pattern has bobbles, and I know that this works well for a bobble because there's lots of bobbles in the fey.
Yeah.
So I've bought, and it's fairly cheap, isn't it, on
Wool Warehouse.
Wool Warehouse. It's the shade 21, colour 21.
It's lovely.
So yeah, I got some of that in the week, just, you know,
As you do.
little sneaky. Another book, Rachel bought me this. She bought herself a copy and then realised that she'd already got it.
Yeah.
So she gave it to me. And you know, you can't go wrong with another stitch book. I don't have many in book form. I've got
nice
the
to
Vogue.
look.
Yeah, I've got the Vogue one, and
Japanese.
this. My Japanese
Oh,
one's in on my.
Yeah, it's
on
nice. It's
my
nice to
phone.
have a book to look
So,
through
yeah.
occasionally.
Yeah. So thank you very much for that.
Welcome.
And then my last purchases were today. So I had a little trip to No Frills.
I seriously want this.
This?
Yeah.
You may have it.
It looks lovely.
Yeah, no, you can have it. It's Kremke Soul Wool Edelweiss sock yarn. And I just really like the colour. I was thinking it would make a nice pair of whistle-bound socks.
It would.
Or Colin. Or a shawl.
What about putting Colin along the edge of a shawl?
Yeah.
Colin's
Yeah.
scallops. Colin's scallops.
So yeah, that's shade 400.
Let me have a look at it. Let me inspect it.
Yeah. And then I'd seen this on Meg's Instagram.
It's made from the nylon is recycled pet bottles.
And then I'd seen this on Meg's Instagram, and I had to have it. It's the petite knit bag. I love it.
Is it black or is it brown? Chocolate brown?
It's dark brown, isn't it? It's called Dark Oak.
Yeah. Nice. Has it got pockets?
It's called Get Your Knit Together bag.
Has it got pockets?
It has pockets. It has lots of pockets.
Oh yeah.
And a really nice
Lots of pockets.
quilted bottom.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, I really like that. Put everything in it.
Cinch out.
I like a drawstring.
Yeah. Very good.
So yeah. Petite knit. Established in 2016. I think it's a winner.
Because you needed another project.
I need
bag.
another project bag. Definitely. Right, that's everything.
It's so lovely to see you again.
Yeah. I need something to eat.
I do as well. My husband's bought us a coffee cake.
Ooh.
It's over there.
I think we need to heat up the coffee and have coffee cake.
You can have a new cup of coffee, I think.
Okay.
I don't believe in heating up coffee.
Oh, I do it all day. Right. Thank you very much. We're a bit tired
The same
now.
but different.
Yeah.
Yes. And we will see you again potentially very soon.
Yes. Don't know how much knitting I'm going to get done in a week.
And then
Rachel will have finished her sweater.
I'll
though,
finish
so,
my sweater and started
I'm-
something new.
I-
Some new socks.
I want to finish Fizzy Pop as well. You kind of do that in a week.
Little goal for yourself.
Yeah, I got to do the sample for the magazine as well. We'll see.
I was actually thinking of casting on, I don't know if you watched last episode, I was going to...
Oh, your dream
my
knitting.
dream knitting, just to get it casted on. Because I've wound all the
Which one?
5 skeins. Well, there's either the Hohi one or the one out of the book, Neons and Neutrals book. And
which one do you want more?
I don't know which one I want more. I think the one in the book I'm going to learn. I'm going to have to really think about it. So,
Maybe take that on holiday.
Yeah.
You're going to take a book on holiday.
No, I won't take a book on holiday. My holiday knitting, we'll talk about. Maybe we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
What we're going to knit on holiday.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for watching.
This has gone on a bit now.
And we will see you soon.
Yeah. Take care, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a good week knitting. Get
Happy
lots of
knitting.
done. Bye.
Bye.